Hey guys, welcome back. So I wanted to do a video on one of the most popular nursing specialties out there, which is pediatric nursing. I can tell you about like at least 1 in 3 people are interested in doing pediatrics from what I have gathered in my nursing career thus far. It seems to be a profession that like a lot of people love because a lot of people love kids, and what better way to combine, you know, your passion for children and your medical lust and become a pediatric nurse. And I am one of those people who loves pediatrics. So let me start off by saying that pediatrics is one of my absolute favorite specialties that I've ever encountered. And I've been through ICUs, I've been through ERs, which is, wait, let me back up, let me backtrack a quick second. ER and pediatrics are my favorite specialties, like hands in hands. Like if I had to choose one over the other, I don't know what I would choose, but they're like neck and neck right now, ER and pediatrics for me. I've experienced a lot of specialties and clinicals, including ICUs, PCUs, med surg, neuro, oncology, labor and delivery, NICU, what else? I'm sure there's like a bunch of other things. Oh, OR, some other stuff. By far, ER and pediatrics was my favorite. And as you guys know, well, as most of you know, I'm in my practicum right now, and I'm doing my practicum in pediatrics. And actually last night I just finished my 7th shift, and there's 9 shifts. So I have 2 more shifts and then I am done, y'all. I graduate a week from today. That's freaking crazy. Like, I'm gonna be a real nurse out in the real world with real patients with no preceptors soon. Like, that is scary. Oh, but I'm so thankful the end is near. So anyways, pediatrics. So I've done my practicum in pediatrics, and I also had a clinical rotation in pediatrics. So I can say that I have like a really deep understanding of the fields and how I like it. So right now I'm on an acute care floor, which is just like, it's basically med surg. Well, it is med surg, but it's just pediatric med surg. So we don't get any like super critical patients, but we do get, you know, children that have to be watched overnight, children that are post-op, children that are going for surgery, children with pneumonia, GI disorders, abdominal distension, what else do we get a lot of? Cellulitis. Oh my goodness, there's just so much that we see in pediatrics, and I absolutely love it. I can say that sometimes as a nurse, as a nursing student on the floor, I don't mean to say I wish my kids were more critical, because you never wish that your children were sick, but I wish I was on a more critical floor sometimes, just so that I could learn more, because with children, you know, they're not getting like, you know, 10-15 meds like adults are. They'll probably get, you know, a few meds a night, if that, and it's usually just like antibiotics or like Tylenol, Motrin, those type of things. And they don't have a lot of comorbidities like adults do. But when you're on in a PICU, like there's a lot more, which is pediatric ICU, there's a lot more, you know, in-depth cases up there. With that being said, being in pediatrics is a special specialty, because it takes a special kind of nurse to excel in pediatrics. It's all fine and dandy to love kids, you know, anybody can love kids, and you know, that's great, but you have to realize that being a pediatric nurse, you're not just, you know, playing, drawing with kids, you know, making little paper mache art crafts. You know, kids get really sick sometimes, and kids die sometimes, and that's really sad. It's a lot sadder than, you know, dealing with a 85-year-old patient that passed away in the ICU, but when you have a 5-year-old in your pediatric ICU that passes away, you know, that's tough. There's a lot of, you know, moral distress in the pediatric world sometimes, in the hospitals at least. Even on my acute care floor, like I see things sometimes that's really sad, like Sometimes like I had a patient that had a really rare congenital brain disorder, and they were blind, they were nonverbal, they couldn't communicate anything, and it was just really sad to see that, you know, these kids are gonna live the rest of their lives like this. Like, you see a lot of children with congenital diseases, and you just know that they're gonna be sick forever, and this is they're starting off their life, and this is what you see firsthand, and it's just really sad sometimes. But I still love the population. Like, I will take, you know, pediatric patients over adult patients any day, on the floor at least. I love the general ER, like the adult ER, the pediatric ER, like I love that. But as far as floor nursing, I'm not a huge fan of adult floor nursing. It's just not my thing. It's just not where, you know, it doesn't get my gears rolling. When I go into my pediatric hospital, like I go in like feeling good, like I'm excited for the night, see what my patients are gonna be like. When I was doing my clinicals and adults, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I hope this day goes by so fast. Like, I don't want to deal with these adults. So although I love the pediatric patients, I love my babies, I love my kids, I love my teenagers, but sometimes the not so pleasant part about pediatrics is the parents. You have to understand that these parents, sometimes it's their first time that their child is getting sick, and it's really scary for a first time mom or dad to see their kid in the hospital attached to like all these IVs and running all these tests on them, scheduled for MRI, surgery. That's stressful for a parent. So you have to understand that, you know, when people are under stress, they're not their best selves sometimes. So these parents are going to be very needy sometimes, ask you 5,000 questions, you know, question your care and stuff like that. But generally, I haven't had any like really bad experiences with parents. You know, it's nothing that I can't handle. Like, I understand these parents under stress, so they don't really bother me too much. Like, I heard some horror stories about parents, but if you go in there with the mentality knowing that these parents are uncomfortable and are under a lot of anxiety and stress, and you know that, you know, you're not going to be setting yourself up for failure expecting like this amazing environment. And I found that when you're more understanding with them, like, it doesn't bother you as much. Like, it does not bother me to have a parent that's, you know, not 100% pleasant, because I understand that they're going through a hard time right now, so it doesn't really bother me. But like I said, with all that intertwined, like, I still love pediatrics. It's like the most awesome specialty. I love how, you know, you can go in there and just give a kid a toy and like put a smile on their face. It's just little things. Like, you can, you know, just draw with a patient, color, play dollies, sing a song, like watch some cartoons. That's not stuff that you can do with an adult. You know, you have to have like serious conversations about like, you know, politics and taxes. I'm exaggerating, but like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like lighthearted in pediatrics. Like, kids aren't complaining about, you know, stupid stuff. You know, they're just there because they're sick. And kids don't, you know, fake being sick. I mean, let me rephrase that, because kids do fake being sick, but they don't, you know, exaggerate sometimes like adults can do, because they know how to work the system sometimes. I just love pediatrics. It's like the most awesome specialty. With that being said, I still want to start my nursing career off in a general adult / pediatric, because, you know, all ERs see pediatric patients, ER. I just want to get that general knowledge. I want to know a lot about everything, rather than specializing in just pediatrics and have an adult come to me and be like, oh, can you help me with this? I'm like, well, like, you're not under 18, so I can't really help you. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I want to have like that broad knowledge, know a little bit about everything, be able to, you know, jump in any situation and know what I'm doing, because I still love the ER. But I still, further on down the line, want to end up in the pediatric ICU eventually. And that's where I want to get my nurse practitioner degree in. That can change at any moment. I might start in the ER and absolutely love it and be like, this is where I want to be forever. I want to be a practitioner in the ER, and that's great, you know. I used to be like, I need to know exactly what I'm doing. I need to have my plan. I need to know what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. I need my 5-year plan right now. But, you know, now I'm kind of just like, with time, it'll come. I'm not going to stress anything because I was stressing out before, not knowing what I wanted, and it was just driving me crazy. And I'm so focused on like, oh, what do I want in 5 years, that I'm not focusing on what do I want right now. So right now I want to start off in the ER, and from there I will see where my nursing journey takes me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next week.